All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report from Ottawa headquarters here in Ottawa, Canada. It is a Wednesday, hump day, August 18th. Hopefully you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are watching on a mobile device. As always, today's podcast is brought to you by bullpenpicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join. You want to follow the top pickers each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. And let's take a look at our top scorers for August 18th. And it's still Patrick Klein, Gas House Gang. Patrick Klein here at 963. Patrick's been on a good run of late. He's got 47 followers. So, guys, if you are looking to follow a good baseball handicapper, you want to follow Patrick Klein. You want to follow Nicky Batista here at 823. And there's Cheeks, our friend Isaiah in the chat room. Isaiah's at 814. And there's Dom from Montreal at 812. And those are your top scorers right now at bullpenpicks.com. Let's see how the crew did yesterday, the most followed. There's our buddy Eddie O from Montreal. He went 7-8. I also went 7-8 yesterday with my baseball selections at bullpenpicks.com. Billy Bob went 7-8. So you can see it was either 8-7 or 7-8 for the leaders. And folks, you can follow these guys each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. It's a really good sports betting tool. Once you do your handicapping, you make your selections, go and follow some of the top pickers, put them in your bullpen. That's why it's called bullpenpicks.com, and see if they can close out the day for you. And if you stay till the end of the show, I will have my selections right here at bullpenpicks.com at the end of the show. All right, Comic Kiss is in the house, and yeah, we don't tear down other people here at Comic Kiss. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to delete that. And no, hey guys, again. Guys who know me, I'm a positive guy, and I just I'm not gonna sit here and bash other handicappers or sites, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. Isaiah, good morning, Isaiah. How you doing? And looking at some of the followers here at bullpenpicks.com, folks. Once you follow somebody, go and follow my picks. Hit the following link up here, and then you can see their selection. Look at that. Patrick Klein's already got his picks up for today. So, folks, go to bullpenpicks.com and follow their selections. And let's go to the World Series of Handicapping. We are going into season number 10. That's right. I can't believe we're already going in season number 10. And if you are new to the World Series of Handicapping, it's a great NFL football contest. All you got to do is make 7 picks every week, and you rate those selections 7 units to 1 unit. And the player with the most amount of units will win the contest. And the beautiful ring here, Baron Rings Championship rings. In fact, if you look at our past winners, look at these beauties right here sporting their new ring. You can see there's Petro, our first winner. The interesting story with Petro, he won the contest, and unfortunately, Petro is blind. He's blind, and he won the contest. And I asked him, I said, how did you manage to handicap all those games? And he goes, I listened to it. And he goes, I listened to all the radio, all the TVs, and he goes, I made my selections based on that. So that was an amazing story when you think about it. And Petro Giannakopoulos was our first ever winner here at the World Series. Then we had John Allman here from, I believe John was from New York, I believe. And then you had Nate from Chicago. And then we had Kevin Dolan. I think Kevin's from Ireland. He's on the other side of the pond. Then we had Ryan Braun from Akron. K-Dub, Kendall McCruder, I think New Mexico. And we're still waiting for your picture there, Kendall. And then we had Lynn Hernandez. Lynn is from, I believe, Syracuse or upper state New York. And then a couple years ago, John F. Murray from Florida. And last year, we had Frank Browning. I think Frank, as you can see, Still City Madman. I believe he's from Pittsburgh. And those are your winners here from World Series of Handicapping.com. All right. Good morning, Gloria. How you doing? Went 5-1 last night. Got lucky, I'd say, since Isaiah. Ron, let's chat and get this money. Come on, Ron. Let's go, Eric. Let's go get that money today. And also, speaking of money, don't forget to play at streetcatcher.com. And all you got to do here at Streetcatcher is make 1 pick a day. And you can see Metalhead 56 and Rafi Picks are on a 4-game win streak. And once you go to the site today, you can see their selection. There's Eddie O, who's already got his pick for today. And you can win $5,000 in cash if you go 21-0 at streetcatcher.com. All right, Also, ATS calculator. I'm going to be using this throughout the show today. I'm going to go to my Major League Baseball selections. And if any time you want me to do a matchup, and like say when I'm breaking down a game, you said, Ron, what is the calculator like? And then I'll just swing on over here, and we'll see what the calculator has for today. And the last piece of business before we get on to the show is if you go to our YouTube channel and you scroll right down here, in 2009, I wrote a book called the World Series, not the World Series, Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, and plus 30 bonus tips. And I took 30 of my top tips. In fact, I added a couple this year. And you can see some of my top tips right here. If you click on Ron's Top 30 Sports Betting Tips, it's going to show you all my tips. And if you got some time, in total, there's like 4 hours of videos on tips. So if you are new to sports betting and you're looking for a way to get the handle on sports betting and just learn the tricks of the trades, as they say, you want to check out my tips right here at the Raymond Report on our YouTube channel. All you got to do is go to the search, type in Raymond Report, and it should lead you to this page right here. And just go to Ron Raymond's Top 30 Sports Betting Tips. And up here, what I do, guys, is I release my newest video. So today I already released the computer picks, the baseball prediction video, so you can see it's right there. I'm going to have my CFL report for week number 3 out this afternoon. So that's all you got to do is come to the YouTube channel, and you will get those selections. All right, let's get on with the show, as they say. And I'm just going to say hi to some people. There's OG Wheat. Great morning. Got my pen and pad ready for class. I love it. Absolutely love it when the studious ramblers and gamblers show up with their morning coffee and their notepads. So that makes me happy right there. And again, folks, if you are new to the Raymond Report, don't forget to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button if you're on a mobile device, or if you see that little bell in the right-hand corner, just tap that bell and turn on your notifications, because each and every day around 10:30 a.m. we go live 7 days a week now that NFL and college football is going to get going, and hopefully we can help you with your day and give you a little kickstart, so that way we send you hopefully to the winner's circle at the end of the night. KZ Chief Gang, time off the morning. Let's make some money, says KZ Chief Gang. Let's do it. Let's make some money. All right. So we always start off on the horse racing tips. So let me go to my horse racing section right here, and let me go right there. We go to horse tip. Today's free tip is going to come from I believe it's Saratoga Park Springs in New York. And the first race today at Saratoga is a hurdles race. It's at 105, but we're going to go to race number 2, and it's a thoroughbred race. $60,000 claiming race in race number 2, 138 post time, 7 furlongs on the dirt, and we're going to go 6-2-4 today at Saratoga. And free enterprise with Irad Ortiz Jr., who's 34% in the money in his last 100 races. And if you're wondering what does he mean by in the money, that means when Irad has raced his last 100 races, he either win, placed, or showed, so that way he's in the money, and that's why you see the 34% right beside his name. 2-1 morning line on the 6-horse free enterprise. The number 2 horse, Cantrell Hill, with my guy Luis Saez in the saddle, 32% in the money. Luis is in the last 100, 5-2 morning line. And the 4 horse with Joel Rosario, 31%. Rosario is in the money, last 100. And the 4 horse, Somebody, is 6-1 morning line. 6-2-4 in race number 1 today at Saratoga. And our long shot and our Joker's Wild selection is the 3 horse, Flat Out Beautiful. And I believe it's Rafael Santana Jr. I'm not mistaken. I think it's Rafael. I'll check after. But Santana Jr. taking the ride here on Flat Out Beautiful, 4-1 morning line. Now, if you're going to play these horses today in race number 2 at Saratoga, I'm going to recommend you go 6-2, 2-4, 4-3 exacta box. And if you're going to go trifecta, 6-2-4, 3-2-4 trifecta box. Always remember to box those horses. And if you're going to play our Joker selection, always recommend the Double Dutch betting system. Take the 3 horse, Flat Out Beautiful. If you have a $20 budget, put 10 to win, 10 to place on the 3, who's 4-1 morning line, Flat Out Beautiful. All right, let's take a look at the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And last night, first time in a while, we saw double digits to the under. In fact, the last time we saw double digits to the under was August 7th. And prior to that, it was July 25th. So you can see, haven't been a lot of double digits unders, and you know what, overs for that matter too. In fact, there's only been one double digit over. That was August 14th, my sister's birthday right there. And so then July 16th. So not a lot of double digits, and that's why you see a lot of yellow here on the 7-day average. And again, I monitor this like I do the stock market. When you watch the stock market, you're either in a bear market, a neutral market, or a bearish market. Well, right now on a 3-day average, we are very bearish for the under. I had a lot of selections over yesterday. I know Peyton Sports Girl also had the over in some of those games, so we were probably crying in our beer last night. But 57.3% of the unders have come in the last 3 days, and the favorites slowed down a bit yesterday. 9-7 for the favorites yesterday in Major League Baseball. Favorites are now cashing in at 65%. All right, that is your SBI Sports Betting Index. That's my Dow Jones, right? Every morning I come in and I said, all right, what am I going to be looking at here? Am I facing the day of favorites again? Or and again, keep in mind now, ever since like the NHL and the Major League Baseball, anytime you get that trade deadline, you're going to have your pretenders and contenders, and you can see some of the pretenders are fading, and the contenders are it's like cream rising to the top, right? All right, so there's I'm going light today, says Isaiah. Hey, Isaiah, I should have listened to you on that Oakland hit. Oakland lost last night. Speaking of hit, Chris Bassett, hopefully he's doing okay today. I know he took a line drive in the head, and you never want to see that in baseball, right? So hopefully Chris Bassett is doing fine this morning. Let's see here. Kazi Chief Gang says, time off the morning, let's make some money. Yep. And hit that like button. If you do enjoy the show, folks, hit that like button, and let's see if we can make you some cash here today for a Wednesday, hump day, August 18th. All right, let's get to the trends are your friends. Going a bit backwards here today. I'm going to start it off with the trends, and then we'll get right into the Raymond Report. We'll break down every game, and I got a lot of great information for you guys, and I can't wait to share it with you. Now, looking at some of the starting pitchers, and because the unders come in yesterday and the last couple of days, look at this. We're going to kick off with an unders trend, and it's going with a current season trend, right? I always like these current season because it involves all the current players in the macro environment of this season. And the under is 10-1 for the Texas Rangers as a plus 120, 140 home underdog against an American Conference opponent, and they do have Seattle on deck, and that trend is for Texas hitting at 90.91% this season. The over is 9-1 for Arizona as a 120, 140 home underdog, coming off a game that went under the total, and that final score last night between Philadelphia and Arizona was a 3-2 final, so we do have the over in this one, and it goes with my law of average theory, which I like. The under is 12-1 for the Tigers as a 120, 140 home underdog, coming off a loss in Game 1 of a series. So they lost Game 1 yesterday to the Angels. In the last 7 years, the under is 12-1 for the Tigers. All right, let me see here. Mariners 16-3 as a 120, 140 road favorite the last 5 seasons. And let's get one more current season trend. I see one right here. That's the same one on the Tigers. And let me see, is there any other ones? Down here, the under 9-2 for the Red Sox as an away team, coming off a loss versus a right-handed pitcher. And, there was a doubleheader yesterday, so I'll have to double-check on that trend. All right, there's Peyton Sports Girl. Good morning, everyone. Yesterday was my first losing day after a 9-day winning, so today I'm extra motivated. That's awesome. Grand Salami under was an easy victory yesterday. Yeah, you did talk about that. And, good luck today, Peyton Sports Girl. Hopefully we get back on the saddle today and cash another winner. Don't forget, folks, share this video or this channel on your favorite social media platform, either Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, or on the Facebook. And I always say the more the merrier. And the more people we have and the more sharing we do, the better the information gets. And, I prefer quality over quantity, but if we can get a lot of people, I'll take that too, right? So if we get a lot of people in the house, and we'll have a good day. All right, now, I'm going to show you guys some of the stats. So in my super database, I got a couple of them here, and I got some good information for you guys. Now, what I did is I went to my smart database, and if you are a member of ATS Stats, and you can see at the top there, you can get 20% off your next membership by using promo code FB21. A little plug right there for a little membership. But go to smart database once you get into your dashboard. Go to MLB, and I was interested in the month of August. So I went to any teams this in the month of August. So starting August 1st, and let's go to August 17th yesterday. Team. Now, I'm a big law of average guy, so I wanted to see the records of all the teams coming off a win and coming off a loss in the month of August. And here are some of the teams that could, fall into your into the system here today. Now, the New York Yankees coming off a win in the month of August so far, 9-4 straight up, 4-9 to the under. Tampa Bay 7-3, 7-3 to straight up. But look at that, 9-1 to the over. So Tampa Bay coming off a win in the month of August, man. This team just hits, right? We've been saying this. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I just need a tape recorder. Just press, rewind and play. But Tampa Bay, that's all they do. A bunch of ringers, right? Atlanta, 9-3, straight up. Atlanta, we've been saying it for a while now. Since the injury to Ronald Acuna Jr., this team is, they've been on a really good run. In fact, they're 9-3 coming off a win in the month of August. Milwaukee, 7-3, coming off a win in the month of August. San Francisco, 10-3. And the LA Dodgers, 8-3, but 3-7-1 to the under. So look at that. Dodgers, 3-7-1 to the under, and San Fran, 10-3. Now let's take a look at the other side, and let's see how teams in the month of August do coming off a loss. Now I do have some good totals for you guys here today. Now the number is not as high as coming off a win, but there is some good one. Toronto Blue Jays lost yesterday to Washington, 4-1-1 to the over for Toronto Blue Jays after a loss. Seattle, they won yesterday, so that doesn't it's not pertinent to today. I got a good underdog, not an underdog, but a good play on Minnesota. Minnesota, not the Wild, but the Minnesota Twins are 5-0 in the month of August, coming off a loss, so they could be a nice play here today. Oakland 4-1, coming off a loss to the over. Houston, I really like the under in the Houston game here today with Greinke going against Singer in Kansas City. 1-6-1 to the under for the Houston Astros. In fact, where's Houston here? Houston, we have a problem, right? Coming off that loss, there they are. 1-6-1 coming off an under. And the New York Mets, man, the poor New York Mets right now, only 2-9 coming off a loss. And, it's hard to win on the road, and it's even tougher to win when you're playing against probably the best team in baseball right now. All right, so those are some of the numbers that I dug up for you guys this morning. And again, welcome to the show. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion, like you see at the top of the show, and was one of the co-winners last year in the MyBookie contest, in the Survivor contest. I think there was 100 and some winners of us, but that means there was over 10,000 players, right? So I was one of the co-winners in that. And I wrote a book in 2009 called Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets. And if you're interested in a free copy of my book, just send me an email at ronraymond@atsstats.com, and I'll forward you a copy. And I'm the founder of the World Series of Handicapping going into season number 10. And those are some of my credentials. All right, let's see what people are saying right now. A lot of unders yesterday. Rays total, a good look. Isaiah 5.5. I'm on the Jays over again. Yeah, I like the Jays over. Eugene Hill, Atlanta Braves, bet on the 9-1 Marlins like the Red Sox 4-2. Bounce back, sorry, Yankee fans. Do not trust Haney. I agree with you there, Eugene. In fact, I thought I had some numbers here today on Haney. I like the over, though. I think he's at the overs 4-1-1 for Haney against Boston. So a little FYI for you guys there today. And you can see the title of today's show. Can the New York Yankees win 6 in a row today? That's the question of the day. Can the New York Yankees win 6 in a row? Let me know your thoughts in the members area. All right, we're 18 minutes in, so we got 40 minutes here to break down all the games, and let's get at it. Pitter patter, let's get at it. All right, Tyler Mahle taking on the not Adrian Sampson, the Chicago Cubs starting Adrian Sampson. The bookmakers, look at this price tag, $350. Who's going to lay $350 on the Cincinnati Reds, right? Is that a mistake or what? No, $280. Now it's down to $280, but that line was at $350. It might be at some places. $280 is the latest line that I'm seeing. The over-under on that game is set at 10. And let me check with bookmakers, see if now it's at 9.5. So that number did come down. 4.96, 4.42. The over-under at 9.38. Looking at the Cubbies getting that first win yesterday with Kyle Hendricks going for the Cubbies. So now they're 1-9 in their last 10, 6-3-1 to the over, while the Cincinnati Reds are 5-5 in their last 10. My line on the game, minus 135. I had plus 159 for the Cubs. And the chances of winning, the percentage play does favor the Cubbies at 62%. And when you look at this number, The Kogo was at 49%. And I'm just going to take a look here at some of my numbers that I have on this game. When any Major League home favorites are facing an opponent with a 41 to 50% win percentage, and they're coming off a 1-run loss, they are 35-16. So, you know what? I do like Cincinnati today, but I'm not laying 350. And I think the run line, what's the run line here? Minus 1.5, 149. Maybe that's something that's a little bit more attractive. And let's take a look at some of the totals numbers right here. Cincinnati at home, 32-28. Chicago, 22-41. And let's see down here. I'm going to look for totals. I'm not touching the side in this game here today. So road teams this season face an opponent that has a 51 to 60% win percentage, 6-15-3 to the under. So road teams face an opponent with a 51 to 6% win percentage, or actually not road team, it's Chicago. Sorry, the Chicago Cubs. Yeah, I was going to say that's not a lot of occurrences, but yeah, the Cubbies when they're on the road facing an opponent that has a 51 to 60% win percentage, 6-15-3, 16-26-1 against right-handed pitchers, and the last 30 days for the Chicago Cubs on the road, 4-11, and for Cincinnati. Yeah, Cincinnati sees the opposite. Look at this. During the day game in Cincinnati, 12-6-0 to the over. 12-6-0 to the over. 15-8 when they're facing an opponent with a 41 to 50 win percentage. Yeah, I don't have a lot of numbers. You know what? The conflicting numbers, right? So if I look at when I break down the Chicago Cubs, I got a lot of numbers pointing under. And when I look at the Cincinnati Reds, a lot of things pointing over. But I think if you're going to play this game, I don't know. I don't like laying 1.5. I'm not a big run line guy. But yeah, if I was leaning towards making a play on this game, I think that's where I would lean. All right, let's take a look at what some of the people are saying. Your Trey says 320 on my book. Laugh my laugh my ass off. Yeah, Ed Sampson played in KBO, not major league material. So is that the Korean baseball league there, Eddie? Do I have to buy a subscription on your site to see the stats? So Jordan is asking, do I need to buy a subscription? Well, eventually you will. But if you look at the bottom here, yeah, we're giving away a 7-day free trial. All you got to do is go to atsstats.com/free week, and you can get a free 1-week membership. And that's all you got to do. And then, yeah, after 7 days, hopefully you'll buy a membership. All right, Cleveland taking on the Minnesota Twins. Now, I gave you that record for Minnesota coming off a loss in the month of August. They're perfect 5-0. Zach Plesac going up against Lewis Thorpe here today of the Twinkies. Now, when Thorpe goes for Minnesota, they're 0-3, so I don't like that stat right out of the gate. 4.2 to 3.9, the over-under at 8.21. Cincinnati is, Cleveland, 5-5 in their last 10, 6-4 for the Twins. We're also 4-6 to the under. My line on the game, I had the Tribe at plus 129 and also had Minnesota plus 129. So you can see Cleveland a little bit overvalued, but you are getting fair market value almost on the Minnesota Twins. The chance of winning going to the Twins at 45%, and your Kogo at 64%. And any Major League Baseball home favorites this year face an opponent with a 41 to 50% win percentage, and they're coming off a 2-run loss. 20-11 on the season, so I do like Minnesota today. I think the only thing I'm a little concerned about is Lewis Thorpe, 0-2 on the year, 3.86 ERA. He's been promoted from AAA start, so yeah, so he's just coming up for his first start. So I think I will pass on this one. I'll give Mr. Thorpe a good look today when I watch the Cleveland Indians taking on the Minnesota. I just want to say Wild for some reason, eh? It's because of that run that they had in the playoffs. Hey, Isaiah? Hey, Isaiah's from Minnesota, so that's why I like to poke a little fun there at Isaiah and his Wild. All right, let's take a look at some of the numbers here. Not a lot of check marks for Cleveland today. They're 1-5 coming off a 2-run win. So when Cleveland's coming off a 2-run win, only 1-5 in their next game on the road, 9-7 in the third game of a series on the road, 6-9 the last 30 days. But the over when they face a lefty on the road, 17-9-3. And for the Minnesota Twins, when the total is 9.5 at home this year, 10-4 to the over. And but look at this. Any Major League Baseball home teams coming off an 8-game homestand, so in that 9th game, 6-12 to the under. And let's take a look at how they do against righties, 23-19, 7-8 the last 30 days. Yeah, so not a lot of convincing numbers, but I will have I'll have a small lean on Minnesota. What do you guys think? You guys on Minnesota right here? Ed Drake says yes for the KBO. Let me see. Royals have been balling. Thanks, Kansas, but Greinke on the road is money. Astros. Yeah, I do like the under in that game there, Eugene. And Kansas City was probably the only thing I won yesterday, but Kansas City Royals was my top upset special. That was my dog of the day here at ATS. All right, let's take a look at game number 3 between San Diego taking on the Colorado Rockies. Now, San Diego, remember we mentioned yesterday, I wasn't sure if Jake Arrieta was being picked up by the Padres. Well, survey says, yeah, they are. So there's San Diego going to start Jake Arrieta today, and Colorado going to go with Chichi Gonzalez. Hey, you guys remember WKRP in Cincinnati when Les Nessman was giving out the Buckeye Award or something like that, and he was Chichi was it Rodriguez? I think it was Chichi Rodriguez. But anyways, every time I see this name, it always reminds me of my WKRP in Cincinnati days, right? And all you people out there in Cincinnati probably get a chuckle out of that right now. All right, minus 112 is the price here on the Rockies. That seems like a really good price against Arrieta, who's been kicking around tires lately on different teams. And Colorado this year, sorry, not Colorado. Any Major League Baseball home favorites coming off a 4-run win in their last game, and they're facing an opponent with a 51 to 60% win percentage, are 15-5 in their next game. So we all know the Jekyll and Hyde factor of the Colorado Rockies, who are on a 2-game win streak. But even though you would think a lot of games would go over because of Coors and the reputation, yeah, not so much. Look at the under this season at Coors, 25, 34, and 2. And the last 4 games have gone under for Colorado. So a lot of games going under today for Colorado of late. And let me see here. Since August 8th, Colorado only 2-7-0 to the under. Yeah, so since August 8th, another thing I did is I want to look at the last 10 days, last 9 to 10 days. I'm always looking at cycles, right? I'm always, because you see teams like Atlanta. You see teams like Tampa Bay. You know how these teams go in winning and losing cycles? And I always like to go and I don't want to be late to the party when I found out a team's on a good cycle. But Colorado, since August 8th, the under, 2-7-0 to the under, something to think about here today. All right, for the San Diego Padres, coming off a 7-4 loss last night, they're on a 2-game losing streak. And the Padres 8-2 when the total is 14. Wow, since 1996. Where are you going to get that kind of information, eh, folks? Hey, San Diego Padres 8-2 straight up when the total is 14. And let me guess, all those games were at Coors Field, right? In fact, let me ring that up on the old cash register right now. Let's go to Super Database, and let's go to MLB, and we're going to go to San Diego. Now, just interested to see when the total is 14. Let me see here. All right, there. And let's go. Yeah, 8-2. Yeah, surprise, surprise. All Colorado, right? Just want to double check. See, I'm always doing quality control when I'm doing my show here. Hey, just want to see, make sure the stats are all accurate. And there's Cosmic Jerry with his happy frog smile and his coffee, enjoying the show. I picked Twins, says Isaiah, my contest picks. What contest is that, Isaiah? And Isaiah laughing about that one. And again, folks, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. And if you got any questions or comments on any of the games I'm breaking down, please fire away in the bullpen. We always like to hear from the ramblers and gamblers out there in the internet land, right? All right, look at Colorado at home this season on a 3rd game of a series, 11-3 straight up in that game, 6-0 when they allowed 3 runs against. So look at this. The Colorado Rockies, when they allowed 3 runs against in their last game, 6-0, and they are 23-10 coming off a win. Sometimes when you look at a line and it's too good to be true, is it? I would love to take Colorado here today. They're on a 2-game win streak, and you know what? Jake Arrieta, it's his first start, so I think Colorado is the play here today, guys, and we'll see how it goes. All right, okay, I get you now, Isaiah. Covers and bullpen, yeah, right on. All right, let's see. New York Mets taking on the San Francisco Giants. Now, San Francisco 8-1 straight up since August 8th. So they're on a pretty good run right now. And looking at DeSclafani. So Anthony DeSclafani going up against Tyler McGill. Remember Better Call Saul, McGill and McGill. So Tyler McGill is going to go for the New York Mets here today against Anthony DeSclafani. And DeSclafani, straight up, last 7 home starts, 7-0 in his last 7 starts at home, 6-1 to the over. That game went under last night, so I do like the over in this one here today. New York Mets are 3-7 in their last 10. San Francisco 9-1 straight up in their last 10 games. Minus 191 was my price tag here today on San Francisco. You're getting a haircut here, or you're saving on a haircut, minus 144. And you can see the chance of winning does favor the Mets. But remember, we talked about the Mets coming off a loss in the month of August, 2-9, 6-5 to the over. I think the over is where you want to lean here today, or you take San Francisco. San Francisco 12-4 against those B-type teams in the Raymond Report. And I talked about it yesterday, right? The San Francisco Giants, they're looking in the rearview mirror, and they're seeing the Dodgers keep winning as well. San Fran 78-42 on the season. Dodgers 74-46, and San Diego just fading. Hey, as Joe, this is where I need my prop guy to come in with the Joe Namath soundbite. Struggling, hey, they are struggling. But I do like San Francisco in this one here today. 42-18 at home, one of the best home records in the Major League Baseball. In fact, I think it is probably the best home record. Let me see. I thought I said this yesterday too, and maybe I was wrong. 41 Chicago White Sox. So they're beating the White Sox as the best home team. So give me San Francisco today, and I do like the over in this one too. All right, any comment on this game here? So there's Lex Steele. Hey, Raymond. How you doing there, Lex? How you doing, Steele? Hey, I always get a kick out of people call me Raymond, right? When I was in the military, you were used to it, right? In the military, everybody calls you by your last name. So I'm just used to it by now when I see people call me by my last name. Hey, Raymond. Hey. There's Ms. Denica. Good morning, Ms. Denica. Isaiah, I see Astros and Braves getting it done. I'm not brave enough to bet on the Twins yet. Good one there, Isaiah. All right, let's go to the game between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Washington Nationals. All right, I do like the over in this game here, guys. I do like Jose Barrios 1-6 straight up in his last 7 starts, and I think he's 2-5 as a favorite in those starts. So not a good, perception versus reality, right? I say it all the time. There's a perception and there's a reality. The perception is when you got Barrios, you were excited, you got almost like an ace from another team. But the reality is he's not doing really well in his last 7 starts. And that's where you watch this show and we get right into the facts, right? Again, don't be a headline handicapper. Don't be a headline bettor. Dig deep into the stats. Know what's going on. Know the reality. Still unlisted pitcher, but I thought it was supposed to be Josiah Gray for Washington. But I see right now should be Gray here today. But 2-8 for Washington, coming off that big win last night against the Blue Jays, 12-6. 12-6, and let me see here. The Toronto Blue Jays. So any home road favorites. So I don't have this is not a good stat if you do like Toronto today. Any Major League Baseball road favorites coming off a 6-run loss, and they're facing an opponent that has a win percentage of 41 to 50%. The road favorites only 6-12 in the next game, 9-8-1 to the over. And I do like the over for Toronto since August 8th, 7-2 to the over. And the Toronto Blue Jays coming off a loss in the month of August. Where's the over? 4-1-1. So I do like the over today between the Blue Jays. I just wish I knew who's. I think it's Gray pitching for the Washington Nationals. Let's take a look at some of the other numbers. There's Lance Romance. I like that over on. Yeah, I like it too. Oh, I thought Raymond was your first name. Sorry, says Lex. No problem, buddy. Yeah, Josiah Gray going for anytime you got 2 first names, you sound like a DJ, right? Michael Anthony, or if you look at all the famous disc jockeys, it's always they got 2 first names, right? Lloyd Michaels or something like that. But no, Ron Raymond, that's my name, and that's where I hang my hat, right here at the Raymond Report. All right, Toronto Blue Jays. I see Bald Cash is in the house. How you doing, Bald Cash? Let's go get that cash today. My guy, Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson's in the house. How you doing, Bo? And let's take a look at the Toronto Blue Jays numbers right here. in the last 30 days, Toronto, ever since that homestand, historically, Toronto doesn't do well on the West Coast. Sure enough, they go on the West Coast, and all that momentum they had, coming at home from, playing in Canada for close to 2 years, that momentum just right out the window, right? But hey, you know what? You got to keep playing the game, and like I used to tell our players coaching football, the most important game on deck is the next game. So that's all Toronto has to worry about. So Charlie Montoya, that's all you got to tell your players today, is the next important game is the one tonight against the one this afternoon at 4:05 against the Washington Nationals. Speaking of the Nationals, let's take a look at their numbers. I didn't see nothing there on the Blue Jays. 9-12 in the second game of a series, and 13-23-0 to the under though against right-handers, but 10-3-1 to the over. 10-3-1 to the over last 30 days for Washington. Give me the over today between Toronto and the Washington Nationals. All right, the question of the day: can the New York Yankees win 6 games in a row? What do you guys think? Can the Yankees win 6 games in a row today? That is the question of the day. And I think what I'm going to do from now on, every time I do the sports betting podcast, it's my birthday yesterday, says Bo Jackson. Hopefully I can pick some winners. Well, Bo Jackson, you know what? It was my birthday yesterday, so because it's your birthday today, let's have a double whammy here today, Bo, and let's wish Bo Jackson a happy birthday, and let's get him a win here today. Let's get some winners for Bo Jackson. All right, happy birthday, Bo Jackson, and I hope today's a winning day for you. And welcome to the show, and glad you hang your hat here, Bo. So thanks for finding it out. Hey. It's funny, us Leos got to stick together, eh, Bo? I'm going on 35 now, Hey, I turned 35 yesterday, Bo. Hey, well, how old are you today, Bo? That'd be interesting to see. All right, here we go. Boston against the New York Yankees. Now, Andrew Heaney going up against Nick Pivetta of the Boston Red Sox. Pivetta, 15-7 when he starts for the Boston Red Sox, 9-13 to the under. And when Andrew Heaney starts for one of his teams this year, 13-5-3. Now I think they picked up Haney from the Angels. So if you take his stats from the Angels and Yankees, 13-5-3 to the over. Thank you very much, Bo Jackson. Peyton Sports Girl, happy birthday. Thank you. Lex Steele, I like the over. 35 is a baby still. Sunny Springs, right on, Sunny. I love you. Hey, I love Sunny Springs. 32 says Bo Jackson, right on, Bo. Bo knows. Hey, us Leos got to stick together, Bo. You turned 35 the last 3 years, Ron. Yeah. Hey, isn't August 17th a leap year? Hey, right on. Hey, film the love today. Film the love today in the Raymond Report and the bullpen, right? The Ramblers and Gamblers are having a good time here at the Raymond Report. All right, so can the Yankees win 6 in a row? Let's take a look at their numbers. Haney, 4-1-1 to the over against Boston. So we talked about that. And the New York Yankees, man, since the trade deadline, get out of their way. I think they can win 6 in a row today. They're 9-4 straight up coming off a win, 4-9 to the under. But I do like the New York Yankees to win their 6th game in a row today. And Nick Pivetta will be the person standing in their way. All right, let's take a look at some of the numbers right here. Ball Cash, happy birthday, Cash. Ray says Ball Cash. Giants looking good. Happy birthday, bro, says Bo. Eugene says happy birthday, Bo. So loving all the see, that's what we do. Once you got a birthday, you got to say it, and then we'll send you a virtual cake here at the Rain Report, right? I'll get some special icons to send you guys some cake. All right, New York Yankees here. Let's go to the Yankees in the month of August. 8-2 at home in the month of August. 31-24 as a home favorite. And let me take a look down here. 9-3 coming off a 2-run win this season at home. 10-2. Look at this. The Yankees 13-4 the last 45 days at Yankee Stadium. Folks, give me the New York Yankees today. Minus 109. Plus, we're getting a pretty good price. And so I do like the Yankees here today at that attractive price. All right, LA Angels taking on the Detroit Tigers. Yeah, too bad Miggy didn't. I don't think Miggy got his home run last night. I watched that game. I didn't see the final innings. I don't think he got his 500 because I think we would have heard about it this evening. Shohei Ohtani, though, is going to be a little tough one against Ohtani today against Tarek Skubal of the Detroit Tigers. Now, when Skubal goes for Detroit, they're 9-11-1. And when Shohei Ohtani starts for the Angels, 12-8 straight up, and minus 130 is the price tag here today for the LA Angels. 4-6 in their last 10. Detroit 5-5. And let me see here. I do have some numbers here pointing towards Detroit. Now look at this. Any Major League Baseball home teams this year face an opponent that has a 41 to 50% win percentage, and they're coming off a 6-run loss. That home team is 8-2, and that is the Detroit Tigers. So, you know what? I think we're getting good value here today on the Tigers, plus 125. Screwball, let's take a look at Screwball in his last few starts right here. 8-10 on the year, 4.10 ERA. But Ohtani, 7-1 too, so that's going to be a tough one in his last few outings. So the one thing I love about Tarek Screwball, he'll give you innings. In fact, since May 30th, it's all 5 innings or more, with the exception of the June 22nd start against St. Louis. Only went 4 2/3, but other than that, he'll give you a good 5 innings. So I do like Detroit here today, guys. And I even like it better that they're on a 2-game losing streak. And are we gonna call our shot today? Does Miggy get that home run? Hey, let's get Miggy that home run here today. All right, happy birthday, boss, says Lex Still. Thank you, Lex, and I guess he's talking to Bo Jackson. So happy birthday, Bo. Good morning to all from the usual corner of Corner Gas. Thank you, Ron. Hi to your family and your dog, Rusty. Yeah, Rusty. We haven't heard from Rusty in a while, eh? Normally, I like to show Rusty off on a Friday. Maybe Friday I'll bring on Rusty on the show. But for Chad and our CFL fans, stay tuned. I did my homework yesterday on the Canadian Football League, and I will have my CFL preview show for week number 3 released this afternoon. I got a great system play that you guys don't want to miss between the game between Winnipeg and the Toronto Argonauts. I got a really good pick on that game, and I'll give it on the CFL week 3 report. All right, let's take a look at Detroit. In fact, let's go back to the line. Minus 130 for the Angels, plus, let me see here, 110, 125. Yeah, it must be so we get our lines from all over the place. This is a 5 dimes. This is a 5-cent line. So let me see, at Bookmaker, you got Detroit. Where's Detroit? Detroit Tigers. Detroit, plus 113, minus 124. So the line's coming down on the Angels. So, yeah, Detroit getting a bit of love here from the public. And let's take a look at some of the numbers going into today's game. This will be a game at 7:10 Eastern at Comerica Park. 5-10, the under for the Angels when the total is 8.5 this season. And taking a look at some of their numbers, coming off a win, 12-15 coming off a win this season. 9-8 in their last 30 days. Only 9-15 against lefties, so they don't really dominate against southpaws. Detroit. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for the Tigers as a home underdog this year. 22-20, 17-8 after a conference game, and coming off a loss, 17-14. So I do like that, even though they're not a good team. 11-8 versus left-handed pitchers, but 14-5 to the under against southpaws for Detroit. But I do like Detroit here, guys. Tiger is the pick. Yeah, I agree with you, Gloria. I do like Detroit. 332 all-time wins against LA, says Chad Suzuka. Were you at all those games there, Chad, or what? Hey, all-time wins. Hey, that's a lot of games. That's a lot of games to count there, Chad. Hey, Corner Gas right there. Hey, Saskatchewan. If you ever see the show Corner Gas, that's one of the Canadian shows, and that's why we tease Chad, because he's from Saskatchewan. All right, let me see here. Next game, we got Atlanta. Old Charlie Morton going today. I don't know. I always call Charlie the old Charlie Morton. Anytime you get like these veterans, the old veteran. The old veteran Charlie Morton going today against. Let me see here. Jesus Luzardo. Now I remember last start Luzardo got rocked a bit, and somebody warned us in the bullpen. They said, "Ron, be careful, Luzardo's. He's remember oil can Boyd, the gas tank. Well, he wasn't a gas tank, but oil can. I wonder if Jesus Luzardo is like a gas tank right there. Whereas, let me see the stats here. Jesus 4-5, 7.52 ERA. Man, not good. 6 hits, 5 runs last games. 6 Ks, 4. Look at that. He's walked 8 batters in his last 2 games. I don't like taking pitchers who have a history of walking a lot of players, right? Yeah. Don't like this one at all. But, Atlanta, everybody's caught up with them right now, 192. Look at this is what, again, going back to my line, perception versus reality. this is perception and this is reality. And unfortunately, reality has left the train yard, right? So we're stuck with the perception of the betting public of what the line should be, but the line reality should be 127. 145 is the number that I have for Miami, and you got 185. And for Charlie Morton, let me see here. Trying to see if I have any numbers here. Since August 8th, Atlanta 8-1 straight up. And no, I don't have a lot of. I do have some numbers pointing towards the under in this game. Atlanta 8-2 in their last 10. Chances of winning 62% for Miami, 23% on the percentage play. That's because they're on a 5-game win streak right now. And Atlanta 33-27. Look at that. They got more wins on the road than they do at home. Atlanta. And for Miami, as a home underdog this season, 12-16, and not getting a lot of run support, 2.8. And let's take a look at their last 10 games, 4-6. Run support, though, in the last 10, 5.2. So you can see it's diminishing, right? But, yeah, it's tough to go against Atlanta right now. In baseball, when a team gets streaky like this, you either get on the, like I always say, hold the rope, get on the train, or get on the bus, or get out of the way, right? But I do like, if I had to take a lean in this one, there's no way I'm taking the under with Luzardo pitching. The Atlanta Braves, 12-6 versus Southpaws this year, and maybe the over. Game went under last night, 12-7 for Atlanta when the game goes under in their last game. And the last 30 days, 7-9 at Lone Depot Park. And let me see if there's a lot of unders. So, you know what? Probably a no play here for me today. All right, 288 all-time wins, 2 wins in a row, and a 5-game win streak. Miami has 198 wins, says Chad. All right, good to know. Always good to know. All right, let's go to the next game. Baltimore against Tampa Bay. And if you just open up your window right now, you probably heard another home run or another run being scored by the Rays. Man, this team is just unbelievable. Lewis Head going today. Never heard of this guy. Lewis Head here. Hang on here. Let me see. Tampa Bay. Louis. Okay. Who sings that? Louis. Ryan Yarbrough. It says Ryan Yarbrough. I don't know what you guys are seeing. So it's either Louis here or Louis Head. Or Ryan Yarbrough, but I thought Yarbrough was on the 10-day disable. Yarbrough will be activated from COVID-19. Okay. Serve as the ball pitcher Wednesday against the Orioles. So, yeah, keep an eye out on Yarbrough. Yarbrough could be getting the assignment here today, and we'll see what happens. Now, the line I have in this game, minus 217, and look at this, 325. Baltimore on a 13-game slide. When you see things like this, it just, right away, you just want to handicap the total, right? Just go to the total, Ron. Stop wasting your time on the side. But you never know. Who would have thought the Cubbies would have won yesterday? But anytime, a team's on a slide like that, you want their, the one thing I do respect with Chicago, with Hendricks yesterday, that's, leadership right there, right? When you got one of your aces says, you know what, enough of this B crap. Let's go get that W today. And, you got to, if you've been involved in sports, and we all have, and we all played, and we all coach, losing sucks. And losing, you can't put lipstick on a pig and call it whatever. It's just losing is no fun. And anytime you're in a losing environment, and unfortunately, it probably comes home with you, and it weighs on you, right? And I'm sure Baltimore right now on a 13-game losing streak, not having a lot of fun. But let's see the total here. So any Major League Baseball road teams this year coming off a 10-run loss, 11-4 to the over. So you can see the over probably going to get a lot of attention here today. What's the total in this game? The total is what here? Let me see. 9. Wow. All week, the Baltimore and the Tampa Bay game, I always feel the total's been off by like maybe 1 or 2 runs here. What's the total we're seeing here at Bookmaker? Tampa Bay? 9. Like, for some reason, should be a Coors Field type total, right? I feel like the total should be 10.5 or something. But we'll see. All right, more like Orioles just going through the motions. Yeah. Hey, unfortunately, that's what they're doing. Slugging practice for Freddie Freeman tomorrow. Jesus to catch a harvest tipping, a grand slam or triple. The man who says hit line drives and love the Lord, says Eugene Hill. Hey, preaching today on a Hump Day Wednesday there, Eugene. I like it. All right, Leo Gang. How you doing, Kazi Chief Gang? Leo Gang. All the Leos are in the house. All right, so again, 5.2 to 3.8. The over-under at 9.03. What's the Kogo? Kogo must be low here today. What's the Kogo at? Kogo's at 40%. Yeah, let me take a look at my numbers. Tampa Bay. Yeah, everything points over. I don't think I'm going to touch this game. All right, let's go to the next one. Milwaukee against St. Louis. This is the game of the day. I think this is one of the games of the day. You got Freddie Peralta against Jack Flaherty. Now, when I was doing my research this morning, now I don't know how long Jack Flaherty's been in the big leagues, but can you believe he's only been a home underdog 4 times? I couldn't believe that stat. Maybe any other stat geeks out there can confirm that. Has Jack Flaherty been an underdog just 4 times lifetime at St. Louis? That's something I would love to see if anybody can back up that stat right there. Freddie Peralta, when he starts for the Brew Crew, they are 15-7, 9-12-1 to the under, 7-3 in their last 10. And looking at St. Louis, 8-2. And let me see, I do have some numbers here for both these teams. Anytime you get teams like this, yesterday, remember I talked about the Milwaukee Brewers yesterday against division opponents? It just keeps getting better, right? 26-7 straight up. So you don't want to go against Milwaukee against the division on the road. This is not even at home. This is on the road. This is a tough one here. 17-4. What did I see here? 17-4, coming off a win against a National Central Division opponent. 14-6 in the second game of a series. Let me see here. Coming off of game 1, right-handed pitchers, 31-15. So you can see a lot of numbers, but you know what? We could probably make a case for St. Louis as well. 7-3 coming off a home loss as an underdog. 25-18 against righties. And let me see any other numbers pointing for St. Louis. 6-2 since August 8th, but Milwaukee is 7-2. And let me see here. Milwaukee coming off. So Milwaukee in the month of August coming off a win. 7-3 straight up. And let me see, anything on St. Louis? No, nothing really on the Cardinals. Tough to go against Milwaukee these days. Freddie Peralta, let's take a look at Freddie's numbers in his last few outings. 9-3, 2.26 ERA. You know, the under could be a good one here. But the thing is, anytime you get 2 good, aces like this going for, the top 2, I always call the aces the one or like the top of the rotation, the 1 and 2. Anytime you got a number 1 or 2 going against another team's 1 or 2, the perception is you got to look at the under, right? Because, those are their best pitchers. Now, Freddie Peralta, 9-3, 2.26. Look at his whip, 0.91 whip. And if you look at his last starts, only 5 1/3 innings against the Cubbies, 5 hits, 2 runs. So it wasn't a great outing, but he still got the W. And in fact, the only time he took a decision was July 4th against Pittsburgh. Wow, of all teams you're going to lose to, right? You're going to lose to Pittsburgh. Let's take a look at the starting pitcher, Jack Flaherty, 9-1 on the season, 2.65 ERA, and a whip of 0.97. Man, what's the total in this game? Total is 7. And when the total is 7 for St. Louis on the road, 4-2-2 to the over. They're 6-2 at home. So St. Louis at home with a total of 7, 6-2 straight up, 4-2-2 to the over/under, and 16-12 coming off a loss, but 7-3 as a home loss as an underdog. And for Milwaukee, 3-1 straight up and 1-3 to the under. I'm curious to see something here. Let me go to my database. Let's go Major League database. Any team. Let's go any home. Let me see the favorite. So the favorite. Let me see a bookmaker what the latest line is on this game. I got to refresh here. So just give me a second to reboot and get back in. So let's go into total 7. All right. Where's the totals? There we go. Man, where's that 7? There it is. All right, so the line on this game here today, let me see, Milwaukee against St. Louis. This is a lot of good, some good baseball games here today. All right, Milwaukee, 7. So, yeah, the Brewers are favorites. So let's go road favorites. So as a pick 'em to 115, but I want to do favorites. So road favorites of 100 to this season. So let's see what the survey says here. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for any Major League Baseball that's a pick 'em to 120 road favorite, and the total is 7 this season. Look at that, 6-0. Wow, 6-0 straight up. That is pretty. Hey, that's what you get on the Raymond Report. Hey, that's what you get. Let me see if I just do away favorites. Let's just do away favorites. 21-16, but 6-0. Picking the 120. I do like Milwaukee here, especially against that division record, right? But again, can't believe Flaherty only been a home underdog 4 times in his career. That is pretty outstanding right there. All right, let's go to the next game, and let's take how much time we got left here? Oh, yeah, we got 6 minutes. All right, let's go 6. Oh, you know what? ATS calculator. Where's my calculator? Let's take a look what the calculator says on this game. Let's reset this. Let's go Milwaukee against St. Louis. Survey says 8.5 and the away team 0.46. So, yeah, I do like Milwaukee in this game here today. Let's take a look at the next game. Seattle against Texas. Marco Gonzalez going up against Mike Foltynewicz. All right, so when Foltynewicz goes for Texas, 7-16. When Gonzalez goes for the Mariners, 8-8. 6-10 to the under. And the computer pick going to lean with the Texas Rangers, 5.4 to 2.2. The over-under at 7.67. Texas 3-7 in the last 10. And for the Mariners, 3-7 to the under. My line on the game, minus 121. And you can see it's 136, so a bit overvalued, which I like. I like when anytime I get a team that's a bit overvalued like this compared to my reality line, I do like that. Now, Marco Gonzalez, that's the only thing that concerns me is Gonzalez. And let me take a look at his road record this season. So Marco Gonzalez, 4-5, 4.35 ERA. Foltynewicz, 2-11. Yeah, I do like the look at that, Gonzalez, 9 innings. So remember we talked about it last week when a team faced their last start was the exact same team that they pitched. You know, it was Marco Gonzalez couldn't wait to get the next start because he's facing Texas, and who can blame him? He went 9 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, only pitched a 2-hitter, and he had 9 Ks against Texas. So let's see if he does the same here today. And I do like Texas. I'll be honest, I do like Texas in this one. I'm not a big Foltynewicz guy. It's just for some reason every time I bet him, he always there's one or two pitchers that you always bet on, and he always has your number. I feel like Foltynewicz has my number. Hard to read him. It's really hard to read him. But I do like Seattle in this game here today. And let me take a look at some of the quick numbers. Seattle coming off a win, 9-14. Wow, a little disappointed with that number. I thought it would be a little bit better. And Texas coming off a win at home, a loss, 19-6, but 2-12 coming off an under. Look at that. When the Texas Rangers are at home and they're coming off an under, 2-12. Is it just me, or that Texas new stadium looks like the home runs are going to be very rare to see in Texas? I look at some of these ballparks and I'm saying, man, I don't think no one's ever going to hit a home run here. And if they do, it's going to have to be like on the screws, right? Just like a nice golf shot. You know, when you hit a golf shot on the screws, it's like bing. Hey, you just hear a nice. I think you really got to be dead on in Texas when you hit it on the screws there. All right, Houston, Kansas City. Kansas City was our underdog play of the day. Yeah, okay. So Isaiah, let me see here. The under is 1-10 for the Rangers when they're a 120-140 home underdog for American Conference opponent current season. I like that. Starters combined ERA 10 game. What do you think? So Ed Drake, one of our must there at the bullpen pick, says the under is 1-10 for the Rangers as a 120-140 home underdog conference opponent. So facing a conference this season, 90.9% of the starters combined, 10 game total, 8.5. What do you think of the under? What's the total? 9.5. No, hang on here. What's the total in that game? 8. Yeah, that number seems a little bit low to me. 8. Yeah. And because it's Foltynewicz, Eddie, I don't think I want to trust. I like Seattle a little bit better. I think because sometimes when you're handicapping a game, you do like the analytics, but the situational handicapping like this, when you got a team like a pitcher like Marco Gonzalez who just dominated this team, and he probably still has all the notes from his last game he pitched him. I think the under. Yeah, I think the under is a good play probably for maybe the first 5, or if you're taking Seattle. I do like Seattle though today. I do like the Mariners. In fact, what's their situation in the standings? Seattle, 6.5 games behind. And what's their wild card number right now? Wild card, they're 4 games out of a wild card spot. So these are the type of teams that I will be looking at to win here today. I do like Seattle. Houston taking on the Kansas City Royals. How am I doing for time here? 2 minutes. All right, Houston taking on Kansas City. Zach Greinke going up against Brady Singer. I love the under in this play here today, guys. I do like the under. Greinke 1-5-1 in his last 7 starts to the under. And anytime you get a veteran pitcher like this, you got to think it's the month of August, month of September coming up. I love getting these old veteran pitchers like this because they've been through, it's not their first barbecue, right? I love Houston today, but I like the under a little bit better. I do, and again, just like Hendricks taking the Chicago out of that streak last night, the 3-game losing streak for Houston. Houston's a funny team. They had a really good run there in the month of July, and then now they're just falling on. They're just a hard team to read right now. Let me see here. Houston, Greinke. Let me see here. Yeah. I do like you. I like the under. I do like the under here today. And Kansas City coming off a 3-1 win yesterday. And versus right-handed pitchers, 17-12. Coming off a loss. They're 13-11. It's not a great record. I thought it would be better than that. And for Kansas City on a 2-game win streak. Let me see here. Coming off a home underdog win, 5-5. 3-7 coming off a home win as a dog. I do like the under, but I like Kansas City here too. So, Houston and the under. But I do like the under a little bit better. All right, trends are your friends before you log off, please. Thanks. All right, we did the trends are your friends at the beginning, but I'll do a quick recap in just a few minutes. Let's go to the game between Oakland and Chicago. We got the A's taking on the Chicago White Sox. Now, the A's, we all saw that game yesterday with Bassett getting hit in the head in the first inning. And anytime you get a teammate go down like that, it rattles the psyche of the team. And I think because of that, Cole Irvin going against Lance Lynn here today. I don't think I'm going to touch anything with Oakland. I don't even know if I like the total. Looking at some of the numbers, Lance Lynn having a really good season. In fact, let me take a look at his numbers real quickly. And Lance Lynn, the burly right-hander, 10-3, ERA at 2.26. And if you look at his last start, only went 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs against the Yankees. And prior to that, he let me see here. He hasn't had a decision since July 25th. So, and the line, is it just me or that line is just, telling us something? Minus 110 for the Oakland Athletics. Cole Irvin is not, he's not Cy Young here. 8-11, 3.52 RA. There's something fishy with this line, right? I don't know. Is it just me or is this line fishy as hell here? Chicago White Sox 2-game win streak. Coming off that emotional series against the Yankees, I thought they'd go in the tank for a bit, but nope. 41-22 at home, second best home record in the major leagues. But you got Oakland, who's coming off a 3-game losing streak, and when Oakland's coming off a 3-game losing streak, 3-1. I wonder what it is the last 2 years. Let's go look at Oakland. Hey, Moneyball. Let's go see how Moneyball does as an away team. 3-game losing streak. And let's look at the last 2 years. I want to see what the last 2 years is. Survey says 5-3, 6-2 to the over. Yeah, maybe the over is where you want to go on this one. All right, let's go back to the report. Chicago versus lefties, 16-9, 8-16-1 to the under. Wow, a lot of unders right here. And what about up here? A bit of a mixed bag. But yeah, I don't think this line really scared me now. And Isaiah put that in my head. Now yesterday he wasn't touching Oakland. Now I'm snake bitten on taking Oakland today. So I'm gonna pass. All right, Philadelphia, Arizona. Phillies. I had a lot of analytics yesterday on Philadelphia, and they go there and they lose 3-2 to Arizona. Arizona as an underdog since August. I think they're 5-5. Let me see here. Let me see Arizona as an underdog in the month of August. Where's August? All right, let's go current season. 6-9. Okay, I thought it was a little bit better. But Arizona, Humberto Castellanos going here today against Ranger Suarez today for the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's take a look at the number. Minus 138. That looks like a really attractive price. Minus 120. Again, overvalued on my Raymond Report. And 197 was my line on the Arizona Diamondbacks, 128. And let me see here some of the numbers. Forecast leaning with Philadelphia, 4.6 to 4.5. The over-under at 9.16. So it does like it to go over the total. The Kogo is set here at 58%. And let me take a look at some of the other numbers down here. For Philly, you got no check mark. Look at that. That's very rare. You see winning teams without any check marks and not even a lot of over-unders. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe look at all the overs. Coming off a game that went under when Arizona was at home, and the last game went under, 11-5 to the over, and 14-4-1 to the over for Arizona in the second game of a series. So maybe the over is where you want to lean in this one. All right, the last one between the Pittsburgh and the Dodgers. Let's see what everybody are saying here. White Sox will get the sweep, says Jordan Elmore. They smashed left-handers. Cole Irvin will struggle today. Oakland has scored 2 runs against in this series. They're done, says Jordan Elmer. Hey, the bookmakers are really pushing to get bettors on the A's, says Peyton Sports Girl. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that line really, it's like a magnet, right? It's like they're just pulling everybody to Oakland. It's like one big giant magnet just trying to bring everybody to Oakland. Isaiah says White Sox does fit some of my systems on the over. Chad, Cleveland the win. And White Sox may also be a nice play. I'm not sure what the number is. Plus 100 I'm seeing in that bookmaker. What does bookmaker have the White Sox at? Oh, minus 180. Okay, so I don't know where I'm getting that line at. Yeah, so maybe I was off on my line. That's the feed, right? Sometimes it's hit and miss with our feed. All right, so the LA Dodgers. So, yeah, so the line is minus 180. It's not minus 110, so that's a mistake on us. All right, Pittsburgh sending JT Brubaker. Remember I said last time that it sounds like a NASCAR driver. JT Brubaker, car number 8, going today for the Pittsburgh Pirates, up against undecided right now for the Dodgers. Don't have a lot of numbers on this game. I'm not laying 3, was it, on the Dodgers. 290. I'm not touching that game with a 10-foot pole. Hey, that's a AAA game with an all-star team. 21-7 against C-type teams. Let me see some of the totals. Let me see here. Maybe the under. I probably lean towards the under in this one. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not touching this game. All right, so trends are your friends. You want me to go to that for one of our followers here? All right, who was it again there? Trends are your friends, please. Raymond said Twins. Good luck all, says Chad. Sunny Springs. Irvin has let me down the last few times I bet Oakland. Yeah, I hear you. I've been on them too. All right, let's go to Trends Are Your Friends, the 80% Club. And I gave this out at the beginning, but I'll do it again. Let me see, 106. Well, we're doing all right. As long as I can keep it close to an hour, and this way I don't feel like I'm keeping everybody hostage here. 1-10 to the under for Texas as a 120-140 home underdog against conference opponents. So, yeah, you know what? We talked about that. Maybe it's a good idea to go back to this because once you've handicapped every game, maybe these will pop up a little bit better, right? Maybe I'll save it to the end. The over 9-1 for Arizona as a 120-140 home underdog coming off a game that went under the last 5 years. So, again, yeah, I do. You know what? Whoever said to look at your trends, I want to thank him. I think it was Jordan. But who was it again? Somebody said go look at the trends again. I forget who it was, but whoever it was, I want to thank you. Let me see here. Oh, there it is. Our Grizzly. Our Gizzle 517. Thank you. The under 12-1 for the Tigers is a 120-140 home underdog coming off a loss in game 1 of a series. So Detroit with Scooball going. I like Detroit a little bit better in that one. The under for the Tigers, the over. Mariners 16-3 as a 120-140 road favorite after a conference game the last 5 years. I do like that one. Seattle with Marco Gonzalez going today for the Seattle Mariners. The under 12-2 for the Angels as a away team coming off a game, coming off a 6-run win. So if you like the under in the Tigers, that's a pretty decent stat right there. The under 10-2 for the Halos as a road team coming off a 6-run win the last 5 years. The Braves 14-3 coming off a game where they only allowed where they scored 2 runs for in their last game. What was that? Atlanta 2-0 final yesterday. So they only scored 2 runs yesterday, and they're 14-3 as an away team the last 2 years, 82%. But I wonder if that's coming off a win or a loss. That'd be interesting to see right there. And one more for the road before we hit the road, Jack. Hey, well, we'll come back. Brewers 17-4 as a away team coming off a win over a Central Division opponent this season. All right, I like that one. Always like to leave on a high note. All right, there you have it, folks. That is the Raymond Report in a nutshell today for a hump day, August 18th. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Again, if you do enjoy the show, hit that like button. And if you are new to the Raymond Report, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. And if you're interested in all the bells and whistles that we have to offer, right now, 2 options for you. If you want to get a 7-day free trial, Go to atsstats.com, just like you see at the bottom right here, free week. Go to atsstat.com/free week, and you get a 7-day free trial. Or if you want to buy a membership, get 20% off, a limited time only. FB21 is the promo code. Go to FB, F as in Foxtrot, B as in Bravo, 21, and get 20% off your next membership package. And if you're interested in my 5-star best bet, my underdog special game of the day, which won yesterday in Kansas City, go to Picks, MLB Picks, and you can get my plays each and every day right here at atsstats.com. All right, hopefully, I thought it was a good show. I thought hopefully you guys enjoyed the show here today for a Wednesday, a hump day, middle of the day. A few birthdays in there today. So, again, happy birthday to, was it Bo? Hey, was it Bo on his birthday today, the 18th? So, good. Happy birthday, Bo. Enjoy, and hopefully we meet up in the winner's circle tonight. All right, folks, for a Wednesday, August 18th, that is a wrap. As always, shop for value, play those percentages, and we'll see you back here on Thursday, a full Friday, on the Raymond Report.